dark. We're sort of there. Good morning. It's early. It's early and we don't really have a spot where you can see a lot of sky. We are in the backyard of the finishing school here in Austin, Texas. And I got in at about midnight last night. Karina is here with me this morning.
Early riser.
She and Alex and Poche got in
About 12 hours before you.
So they've had a day to kind of hang out in Texas and just relax. This is a cool place. It's like this studio is like a little ranch house. It's in a little ranch house in a neighborhood in Austin, Texas, and they actually own the little ranch house next to the studio. So the bandies all sleep in the house next door, and I sleep in one of the recording chambers here on a little trundle bed that I pull out each night, and so they've been kind of camped out here. We're in the backyard right now, and we're hanging out. And you know what I can do, actually, even? If you don't mind, I'm going to walk them through the studio real quick.
Do it.
All right, let's do this. You want to see where we're recording? Okay. It's so dark you can't even really see out here yet. Trying to reconnect. Hopefully. Okay. So here's one of the recording rooms right now. This is where I will be in the pink room. The ceiling you can see is kind of cool looking. People do all sorts of weird things in the studio to make sure that the sound is nice when you're recording. Basically, the theory is you want each room to be as dead sounding as possible. And what I mean by that is that you don't want a lot of room sound. So the way you can tell right now whether you're sitting in a dead room or a live room is if you snap your fingers and you hear kind of an echo bouncing off the walls. That means you're in a live space. If you don't really hear any echo, you're in a dead room, right? Which means basically that there is no extra sound of, right, the sound waves bouncing off the wall and coming back to you. You have a nice dead sound, which is what you want to achieve in the studio. Ironically, after tracks are recorded, right, engineers will add an effect called reverb, which simulates the sound of a live room. But when you have total control over, right, if you snap your fingers in a cathedral, it will sound different than if you snap your fingers in a cafeteria or a hallway or a room made totally out of wood or a room made totally out of metal. And right, so there are all different ways of making space sound a certain way in connection with whatever instrument you're playing or a vocal that you're singing, right? And so studios like to have total control over the space that they're creating, or the illusion of the space that they're creating around the instruments that they're recording. So there's our sweet little fiddle player back there. Okay, so this is the pink room is basically where I'm going to be camped out this week recording. Nothing is set up, but when we hang out tomorrow night, for a gathering, you will see this room filled with some microphones that I'm singing on. Okay, so I'm taking you right now into the kitchen, which is also a recording space. This is where I made coffee this morning, and it is also the keyboard station. You can see right there. There are more keys in another room. There are more keys in another room. I hope this connection is okay. It keeps saying that it's trying to reconnect, so I apologize if you're not getting all of this. This room, you can even just tell by my voice, right? You can tell that my voice sounds different in here as it sounds in here. This is a dead room because this room is a kitchen. It's got, right? It's got a lot of, doesn't have sound baffles all over the place. And so it isn't great. Oh man, it keeps saying that it's trying to reconnect. I hope. I don't know if I'm on the Wi-Fi. I should be on the Wi-Fi. If you guys want to give me a second, I could maybe connect to the Wi-Fi. Let me see if I can do that while we're live streaming without screwing this up, okay? If for some reason something goes horribly wrong, I will come back to you. Connected from the last. All right, stay with me, okay? I'm gonna leave this screen and hopefully you'll still be connected. Trying to reconnect. Maybe this will be better. All right, so one thing that I think you might think is cool is that this has a window to the outside, but it also has a window over here in the keys, which is, right? If somebody is playing those keys, they are looking at a window that is going, oh, Karina is turning. Right, so when we're recording, we are able to, in whatever room we're, keep saying it's trying to reconnect, but it's okay. You all seem to still be here. Yeah. Well, we're going to just do our best to make it through this. So, right, from this room, right, where I'm recording, I can look through this door, right, into here where I can see Alex, Karina playing the role of Alex right now, playing drums. This is like the party room in the studio because this is where the drums play, and when the bass is recording, the bass can record anywhere. It doesn't use any microphones. So Poche and Alex will sit. Poche will be right about where Karina is. Mm-hmm. Nice work. And Alex will be more. I'm sorry, it keeps saying it's trying to connect, but there's still a reason. There are more. I'm getting out of that room because it seems to not like in that room. The keys that are in there, in that room with Alex, are keys that plug directly into a board. These keys are keys that need to be played acoustically, so they need their own room. The reason why we're separate each other in different rooms is so that, for instance, if I'm playing piano on a song, right? And Alex is recording at the same time with me, but I need to edit my piano playing. If we're recording in the same room, the microphones that are picking up the piano are also going to be picking up the drums, right? And so you want to get a clean recording of a piano take. So you separate the piano in a different room. you separate everybody that's singing, right? We'll probably, if the bandies are singing harmonies on songs, we sing them afterwards because they'll be playing their instruments at the same time. I will be singing and playing guitar at the same time, but that's why I have my own room all to myself to record. Not because I'm special. If we walk through here, there's a little bathroom in there. And we go into their guitar room. For those of you who are here, yeah, this is a ridiculous room because all of these guitars and basses are super old and beautiful instruments. They're all like vintage, amazing machines. When we are recording with guitar and we're going to have an electric guitarist playing with us and a keyboard player with us this week. When we have everybody playing with us, oftentimes Karina will record in the guitar room. And this way, in here, this is the most important room of a recording session. This is the control room. So there is a recording console right there with a lot of studio speakers and the computer where everything goes into. But there's a window here out onto the party room where Alex and Poches are going to be, and another one here. So the producer and engineer can see most of us as we're recording, as many people as possible. They can see what's going on. They can hear everything. As everyone's tracking, it's coming in to this control room that's got all the machines that capture the sound. Okay, let's head back outside and sit down. This is too much motion for this early in the morning. My God. Ooh, and it's starting to get a little lighter out here, which is nice. Oh, there we are. Sun's coming up. Sunrise gathering. Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
I don't know if you can read this, but I chose the Merry Christmas mug this morning. I just felt like it was appropriate for some reason. Karina's got a cowboy.
Yeah, mine's really cool. It says
Karina's got a
reverb.
cowboy playing a guitar in the middle of the desert.
I don't know how much of that you could see.
Okay, so now you have seen the studio. The other kind of cool thing about this is that these guys have amazing instruments, as you saw in the guitar room. They have an amazing sounding drum set that's here, which means that Alex doesn't have to bring his drums out. Poche doesn't have to bring his bass, and Karina still has to bring her fiddle when she flies out, because fiddles, unlike most instruments, really have unique and special sounds for each instrument. For each fiddle sounds different, and each fiddle player knows it. It's really kind of an extension of the player themselves. Am I describing this kind of right?
I mean, that's how I feel about it, but I would argue that people on other instruments probably sometimes feel that way too.
Yeah, people on other
It's my
instruments.
baby.
Right. Now, that said, they also happen to not have, like, this is like
A room of
guitars, bass, and drums and keys are here, and you'd never need anything that they don't have if you're playing those instruments. They don't really have fiddles here. And so if they had a really nice one, Karina might opt to not fly with her special baby. But I did not fly out with a guitar. So I'm going to be playing, I think this is the one that I picked out that I liked the sound the best of. This is an old vintage Gibson acoustic. For those of you guitar heads out there, I'll try to figure out the model. I'll get that information from you so you can actually know what guitar I'm recording with this week. Fun little fact, Gibson donated a beautiful acoustic guitar just like this one to the Ramble. Somebody won it at the auction for a ridiculously good price. Now, the interesting thing about guitars is the older they are, the more the wood has dried out over time. Guitars sound better the older they are. So, right, the only guitars that are in the studio are guitars that are like 60 years old plus. And they all sound pretty beautiful. So I will be playing better sounding guitars than you all have heard me play in the past. It may not sound that way this morning, but it's just because I haven't finished my coffee yet. Okay. So, I mean, we've been gathering for 20 minutes. We haven't even done a song yet. But this stuff is super interesting, at least for us, the musicians here. And I hope some of you out there, especially those of you that have heard me gather with you a million times, are finding this kind of interesting. We're out on the back patio right now, and we are continuing to play through some of the songs that were contenders for this album that we're recording. For those of you who have not gathered in a while, we started out with, it's now 32 songs, contender songs for this album that have to be whittled down to 10 songs. No, we do not have our final list yet, and we are taking a journey through the contenders. We have already played about 22 contenders over the last couple weeks, and we have about 10 contenders to go before we'll have gone through all of the songs that are in contention for the next Adam Ezra Group album. Karina and I are going to start off with a song called Whiskey Memphis Sky right now that we have not played out very often, but we do really like it. When I play this with the band, I play it on my little banjo guitar, which I really love the sound of that on this song. Spoiler alert, this will probably, almost definitely, not be recorded. This is not one of the songs I think that Gordy, our producer, had thought was the strongest, at least for this particular album. But we're going to play it for you anyways, because it was a contender. It has been a contender. And until we recorded all our songs, it technically still is a contender. Okay. Let's see if I can remember that.
Same.
All right. Which one is it first?
Stories.
All right. Good. Well, I've been hiding like a rat in a coal mine. I've been sweating like a thief in confession. Tell shine. Tastes like Sunday, pours like wine. They feast their eyes on this whiskey Memphis sky. Well, I've been shaky like a son of a gambler. I've been rattled like a snake in a hole. Prop me up on solid ground. Wake me when the sun comes round. Smoky Salt Creek rhythm shine. Tastes like Sunday, pours like wine. Feast their eyes on this whiskey Memphis sky. Oh yeah, bridge. I've been waiting it out. Let's go.
Forgot the words too. Sorry.
Alright, bridge. I've been waiting it out for a scattered ray of sun, but I figured it out. Sometimes you have to catch it on the run. Smoky Salt Creek rhythm shine. Tastes like Sunday, pours like wine. Smoky Salt Creek rhythm shine. Tastes like Sunday, pours like wine. Feast their eyes on this whiskey Memphis sky. Ooh. Man, I'm glad he woke up early to play with me. It would not have been as nice.
This is fun.
Yeah, it was nice to have fiddle on that song for this sharing of that contender. Whiskey Memphis Sky. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take it off our to-do list. Oh, it's nice to check a box on the to-do list. Put it down here. Done. So yeah, we probably will not be recording that one this week. But I do like that song. It's a really fun song to play live too, and it really features the fiddle nicely, and I like that too. I like the harmonies on it. Let's do Shitty Motel Coffee. They have nice coffee here.
I was just gonna say that is not what we're drinking.
Yep. I woke up bright and early. My flight was delayed getting in. I didn't get in until past midnight last night. I was up for a little bit working on some music stuff, so day one of the studio, I'm gonna be a little groggy. It's alright though. This has been a kind of a favorite new live song for the bandies and I to play lately, and yep, actually inspired by Waylon Jennings, who I think is just an amazing songwriter, and you know, I think it was also right during all that time I spent out in the desert alley, and I listened to a lot of country music out there. As many of you know, I've been writing a lot in Nashville, and it's inspired me to kind of dig a little deeper into, I would say, some of the roots of modern country music, which Waylon certainly has impacted tremendously. I love that guy's writing, and I wanted to write a fun song about being on the road, and Shitty Motel Coffee came out. So, are you ready? All right. Well, I guess it's time to go. Another night, another show. It's imperfect. We've had ourselves a time. Well, let's do it all again. Down another road, in another band, another song, another day, another mile. Riding on, riding on. The time is short, road and is long. Well, I wouldn't trade the nights for gold. We'll have some stories when we're old, but until that day, see with me, my friend, drinking shitty motel coffee again. Well, there ain't no joy without some pain, ain't no pride without some shame, ain't no credit without some blame. Don't ask me why. In our uniqueness, we're the same. Mix all our sparks to get a flame, shining through the ages by and by. Riding on, riding on. The time is short, the road ahead is long. Well, I would trade an answer gold. We'll have some stories when we're old, but until that day, see me, my friend, drinking shitty motel coffee again. Woo! Riding on, riding on. The time is short, the road ahead is long. Well, I would trade an answer gold. We'll have some stories when we're old, but until that day, it's you and me, my friend, drinking shitty motel coffee again. Drinking shitty motel coffee again. All right. That's a fun wake-up song.
Yeah. I forgot how high that harmony is at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. It's not all working properly for me either. I'm gonna pour another cup of coffee. Say something nice to the gatherers.
Okay.
Tell them about
Our day yesterday.
your day yesterday, or what you're looking forward to this week.
Well, so us bandies and our friend Dave Dorset, who many of you know, all landed in Austin, I think a little before noon yesterday, and got out to the house. The boys immediately took off to go be tourists downtown, which I think is really cool. They went to the Capitol. I know they went out to lunch at a really cool spot, and I'm forgetting the name of it now, but Austin is a really fun city. It's nice to have like a little time. I hung back and I did some practicing instead, but it felt really nice. I got to like kind of get settled, and then Chief landed around midnight, and here we are this morning.
Here we are this morning.
Here we are this morning.
In all of our glory. Woo! All right. It's
Austin
nice.
is cool.
I love our sunrise gatherings. I love starting in the dark and just sitting with y'all and hanging out as the sun comes up in the morning. That's a good way to start the day. All right, I'm gonna check this box. Shitty motel coffee. Check. Let's do it gone.
Whoa! All right.
Let's get angry.
Aggressive.
We're gonna get angry this morning. Gordy has pointed out that on this particular list of contenders, there are not many songs in minor keys. This might be the only song that's in a minor key. Am I wrong?
Well, it depends on how you look at Desiree. We can analyze stuff.
Oh, right. Well, chorus.
Yeah, chorus is major, but it starts minor and the verses feel minor to me.
Yes, that's right. It might also be a reason why that's a high
He likes
contender
that
for
one.
Gordy, who is.
He likes that one a lot.
He likes that one a lot, and our producer Gordy does. But you know, it's funny. A lot of the ones he tends to look at. His process doesn't seem to be to look at like the individual songs and say these are my favorite songs. He's doing that, right? But he's also like, well, what would this
How would this
album
work as a vision?
feel like?
Yeah,
Totally. So
that's cool. We're lucky to have him on our team for this.
I'm Gone, one of the nasty songs that is a contender for this album. Got this chain around my ankle. It's keeping me in the company thieves. I'll be a proud man in the mirror, but I won't be till I leave. This weight upon my shoulder, heavier now as the day is long, and it don't take a wise man to know that I got to move along. I've been locked inside your prison, begging like your slave, wasting time. My only crime is every ounce I gain. I don't care what you promise to keep me hanging on, girl. I'm gone. let you tie me up, take control. You held my body for so long. Now it's time to free my soul. I've been locked inside your prison, praying like your slave. Wasting time, my only crime is every ounce I give. I don't care what you promise to keep me hanging on, girl. In your head, I'll be the enemy. In your bed, I'll be a memory. Yeah, I'm gone, gone, gone. I've been locked inside your prison, being like your slave. Wasting time, my only crime is every ounce I gave. Don't care what you promise to keep me hanging on, girl. I'm gone. Yep, I'm gone. We are here in Austin, Texas. For those of you joining us late, although still early, we are on day one of most of a week in Austin, Texas, at the Finishing School Recording Studio, working with producer Gordy Quist on a bunch of music here. We will fly out on Friday morning, very, very early, land in Boston, and drive out to Shirley, Massachusetts, where we have a sold-out show at the Bull Run. A very weird and classic New England venue. It is kind of like it's you're playing in kind of like a restaurant room. It kind of feels like you're at a wedding or a bar mitzvah. But there's a stage, and they have for decades brought in amazing music to play at this place. It's just right. New England is filled with these really unique music spots, independently run and devoted to bringing in independent music. We are so very, very lucky to be New England musicians. I feel like there are so many really cool spots to play. So we'll be at the Bull Run on Friday, and then on Saturday we are headed down to East Greenwich, Rhode Island, to play at another amazing New England venue called the Odeum, which is an old 200-year-old something theater in Rhode Island. It is just a really cool. We've played there, I think, twice. At least twice. And every time we play in that space, it's a magic night. So it's going to be a great weekend of music after not having a show in a couple weeks. That's strange for us. That feels weird for us. I was last weekend in Chicago, or this last weekend. The last couple days I've been in Chicago which is why we did not have any shows this last weekend or last week. Me and Allie and Willa and Piper flew halfway across the country for a family wedding, which was pretty amazing. I got to watch Willa run around with about 12 little cousins. She was like a little pig in shit. She was so psyched. It was awesome. Both her and Piper did really well traveling. I'm super proud of my little girls. And it was fun to see all of Allie's family this weekend. But now it's time for business. We're here for business. Okay. Let's do You Speak Girl. I don't know what that bird is. Any birders out there? Can you tell from that call? I mean, what I should be doing is going out and adding some new birds to my life list. Being here in Texas, they got weird birds down here. Weird, cool birds. I love you, yeah, we're two of a kind, but I will never understand your beautiful, changing, complex mind. Patience, empathy, and the strength to laugh at what we think we believe. All I know are snakes and snails, and you're full of grace, fairy tales. And we dance in circles around this world. As I speak boy, you speak girl. You speak girl. Black and white, joy and pain. The times we fight to make up again. Late in the night with your body pressed up next to mine. The mysteries we solve, discoveries we find. All I know are snakes and snails, and you're full of grace and fairy tales. And we dance in circles around this world. As I speak boy, you speak girl. That sounds something like you sound something like na. Oh, I sound something like you sound something like na. Oh, ooh. All I know are snakes and snails. You're full of grace and fairy tales. In circles around this world. As I speak boy, you speak girl. You speak girl. I just speak boy. I just speak boy. I just speak boy. I speak boy. You speak girl. Some of you may know that this song is already released on our album Hurricane Wind, but I am not super excited about the recording. Don't get me wrong, I think we did a good job recording it. I think the song sounds nice, but I think we were, when recording it, kind of chasing after a little bit more of like kind of a poppy sound that, in my opinion, did not express the intimacy and softness of the songwriting itself. I think I lost my way in the studio a little bit on it, and I like the way the recording sounds, but I feel like there's unfinished business with this song, and I like the way the bandies and I play it these days, and I think it's a song that deserves to be recorded the way I feel like it should be recorded. So it is one of our contenders that I am excited to dig into, if not this time around, another time. Man, I wanna thank you all for hanging with us this morning. This is always a really special way for me to wake up. Now, we have a decision to make, which is that our normal Tuesday night gathering time is at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 7 p.m. here in Texas, which is going to be kind of right at the cusp of the end of our recording session. And I don't want to mess with the end. Karina just told that bird to shush. She shushed the bird. So I don't want to feel like, right, I mean, the priority when we're here and recording is the recording. I don't want to have to rush out of a recording session to gather with you guys. I know you guys don't want that either. It will also probably not be in the middle of a recording session. It'll be us kind of finishing up. So we could have taken you live into the studio with us if we were actually going to be recording something interesting. But I doubt that it'll be more like kind of finishing things up. So bad timing for our Tuesday night date night. So the decision that has to be made is, do we gather on Tuesday night later, or do we do another sunrise gathering on Wednesday morning? I'm kind of leaning towards the latter, just because this is so nice. If y'all are up for that, maybe we'll do that again. Maybe we'll force Karina to wake up with us. We'll see how rugged these next 2 days in the studio are going to be. We may all need our sleep in the morning, so who knows. I want to thank, wow, it gave a little, I think my screen thought that I was giving a thumbs up. If I do that, is there a little, I felt like I saw one of my thumb, like a thumb thing come up. Like, anyways, that happens on like Zoom calls. Really? Sometimes. Is it Zoom calls? FaceTimes? I know.
Technology.
Yeah, the crows are
having breakfast.
Oh no, they're blue jays, I think. Yeah, they're blue jays over there. Blue jays are loud. That's okay. All right. Before we finish today, I want to just thank you member supporters of the Gathering series. You are the reason that we're able to do a lot of the cool things that we do through live streaming and through this community, and we appreciate it so much. Anyone can gather with us, but I love that so many of you have become member supporters and decided to kind of contribute a little bit to the work that we do through our gathering community. It's a pretty special thing to get to be a part of. I appreciate so many of you waking up this morning to join Karina and I on the back patio here in Austin, Texas. We will have lots to report as this week unfolds. Raise up your glasses, let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready, carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Yeah. Raise up your glasses, let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to live good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses, let us drink to this time that we have. These moments pass lightly and won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses, let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one a man, let us drink one a you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to round in good company. Here's to the future, here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow, let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one out in this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Cheers, y'all. Merry Christmas. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another. And we'll see you again soon.